That's in from the side, ref. So this is us talking about the team that's been selected for the weekend.
Team's been selected for the England test. Okay, just quickly, where are we? Before we talk about...
We are at a place called M&M. I don't know actually what the jaw is, but we're at the...
Are you going to lose yourself here?
Bomb Squad Lager launch. I believe their UK launch. We're here to see Kitsy, and we're here to see Malcolm Marx deploy their beautiful solution of amber nectar here in the local market.
Oh, it's so poetic.
Yes.
That is so poetic.
Cheers to that.
Okay, but we want to talk about the box squad that was announced.
Yep.
And you believe that Marnie is going to produce the goods.
So I think, I've got a feeling that Mani Libok is going to come through, and he's going to produce the goods. He's going to come with the Don Reddies.
I'm Don Reddy, and I got the goods.
He's going to produce the goods.
Based on what? Based on what do you make that assertion?
A feeling in my lower gut. That also might be indigestion, but...
But there's something telling you.
Do you know what? He's a talented player. He's in the Springboks team. He's there for a reason. Rassie's picked him. We don't know. We don't see them training in the week. And clearly he's picked him for a reason. And I think this is his moment to shine. So we called it for Thomas the Tank. We said, like, we want him to take his provincial level, his club level to the international stage. Mani's proven that he's a great player. I think tomorrow's his day.
Okay, and what happens if it's 79 minutes, 38-37 to England, we get a penalty on the halfway, Marnie's still on the field?
Andre Pollard on the field.
So that's your insurance policy?
Well, I think he is just always going to be the insurance policy. He's, in my opinion, he's the better fly-half, but he's also he just played, 80 minutes in the last game?
Yeah.
Give him a bit of a rest, maybe got some tired legs.
Yeah, no, I think Rassie is obviously continuing to rotate the squad. 12 changes. It's the 100th test for the Springboks in the UK, which is a big milestone, and the first time ever that we're going to see Eben Etzebeth and Argius Snyman next to each other. That is
huge.
I'm drooling.
So on that, so we got
exciting.
Oxenchair, Bongi, and Vilko Low. Very happy for Vilko.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great
man.
selection.
First time in 3 years that he's picked.
Yeah,
And
lacquer
he's
for
been
him.
solid for the Bulls. Immovable in the scrum. The brief is easy. Just scrum. That's all you need to do. Just scrum and make your tackles.
Pooh, Ox.
That's your.
Not only Ox, but all the rest of them.
That's your job.
Argia, Eben, you've talked about Sier, Peter, and Jasper.
Lucy's
Great.
picked himself. That was
Grant,
never
I think.
in question.
Grant at 9 is great for us. And then obviously the Marnie at 10, slacker. I don't mind. That back line, Kirtley, Damien, Jesse, Cheslin, Apalele, amazing team. So I think...
Now again, Rassie's shown his hand, and his intent is clear. Smash them up front,
mate.
and hit them out wide. There's the old Afrikaans saying, maak sak voor en slaan agter, which means just to soften them up.
Sounds very sexy.
And then you hit them with some razzle-dazzle, which hopefully Marnie will bring to the table.
So if I'm playing 10 and I've got that bunch of forwards behind me, in front of me, and that bunch of backs like supporting me, how can you not have a good game? Like, it's an amazing team around, and Marnie's going to shine tomorrow.
Well, let's see.
Or Saturday.
Yeah.
Good luck to the boys.
Good luck to the boys. I'm going to be there, Matt. You're not going to be there. I'm going to miss you.
Why'd you have to
I'm
do
going to be at
that?
Twickers because I got the tickets to the rugby.
We got rooms, that's right. We got gears, right? And best of all, we got the tickets for the rugby.
So that was me and Matt at the Bomb Squad beer event last night in London. We're back in our studio, which continues to grow and evolve. Which I quite like.
Yeah.
Welcome back to In From The Side, everyone. We want to talk about the weekend's rugby. I've got my partner in crime, co-coach, co-captain, the man with a plan, Matthew Rhodes.
G'day, bro.
How's it, Matt?
Good. How are you?
Dude, super excited about the weekend's rugby.
Lucky.
It's going to be another epic weekend of international rugby. We're going to do some predictions and just a bit of a preview. Let's start with tonight's match. This is Friday.
This is Friday. We are filming Friday afternoon. Big match this evening with Ireland hosting Argentina. Obviously, Ireland not really in full flow. They haven't hit their stride as yet. And Argentina playing sensational rugby.
They are playing awesome rugby. I mean, my gut's telling me back the RGs.
Yeah.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that Ireland's going to come good. They'll rectify, that lethargicness. They've got one game underneath their belt now. They would have, really taken some lessons from that All Black game. I think Ireland will. It's going to be close again because of the way Argentina plays. But I think Ireland might just pip it.
So I think Argentina are going to win. I think.
Ooh, a split.
A split decision here. I think Ireland will be hurting after last week's game. They obviously didn't pitch up. They had a lot of people expecting them to put in a good performance. And so they'll be, their pride will be hurt and they'll be wanting to put on a show. But after a kind of no-show hit out last week, they'll come into this game with a lot more sort of purpose, probably, to prove any doubters wrong. But Argentina are playing at a level that is fantastic. They're playing great rugby, running with the ball in both hands, good through the forwards and the backs, and they've got a desire, and that's showing in their results. So I'm backing Argentina.
Okay, you're backing the RGs by how many?
It's not going to be a massive score, I think. So I'll say RG by 10.
Wow, not a massive score, but picking the RGs by double digits.
Digits?
I'll go Ireland by 7. Interestingly enough, if you listen to a lot of the Irish podcasts and ex-players talking, they're all heavily concerned about the age of the Irish squad and also the depth. I think that's the one thing that they say is they don't have the depth that the team like the Boks have. So let's see what happens. It's going to be, to quote you, a humdinger.
Humdinger. We said this last time about the New Zealand-Ireland game, that it was the humdinger of the weekend, and it proved to be...
It wasn't.
It proved to be a not so fruitful affair. So we're looking for good rugby this evening, hoping both of the teams pitch up and go hammer and tong. But it should be exciting to watch.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're going RGs, I'm going Ireland. Next game is Scotland-Portugal.
Yeah, early game tomorrow, 3 o'clock kickoff. Scotland-Portugal, no contest really.
No, Scotland by 40.
Yeah, in and around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Do we need to talk about it?
No,
further?
I don't think we need to talk about it.
Easy win for Scotland.
Easy win for Scotland. It should be. That's not disingenuous to Portugal, but they're just not at the level.
No, they're not. But the cool thing is, what really excites me about Portugal is that they're getting opportunities against sides like South Africa. They played us in Bloom. They're playing Scotland at Murrayfield. I mean, when did you see Portugal tour anywhere at the end of the year? Now they're being included in the end of the year fixtures, which is fantastic to see, and they can only get stronger by playing against top sides more often. So who knows, they might be competitive. I mean, they beat Fiji in the World Cup after Fiji beat Australia, so anything can happen on the day, but it's just good to see them getting that game time.
Getting an opportunity.
Yeah, getting the opportunity.
It's a fair few years out before they are competing at these high levels.
I agree.
So we move swiftly on to the humdinger of the weekend.
The game of the weekend.
There's actually 2 back-to-back. First, obviously, is England hosting the Springboks. It's battle royale. It's going to be amazing, and I know you're smiling. I can see it burning through like a laser. Your man's going to be there.
I'm going to be there. Super excited.
Nice.
Unfortunate not to have you with us, Matt, but we'll represent.
Yeah.
We spoke about the team, and you gave your thoughts, about the likes of Marnie coming in, Wilco getting a shot. We saw it at the beginning of the clip, but. What is your superior rugby knowledge tell you about about the result? It's actually a tough one to predict if you think about all the parameters coming into play. England losing 2 games in a row, so they'll be up for it. I mean, they would go out and trying to prove a point. I think this is going to be our toughest game of the tour.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Because they've got a point to prove. They've picked Freddie Stewart, which tells me they're going to kick a lot. They're going to put us under pressure because he's so fantastic under the high ball. So they might change their game up a little bit. And I think, as we said at the beginning of this video, Rassie's shown his intent. He's picked a pack that will just smash them to smithereens. And then some razzle-dazzle in the back line with Marnie, Cheslin, Kirtley, Apalele, those guys on the attack. So I'm actually expecting South Africa to play a little bit more expansive in the back.
I think they're going to run the ball. and obviously, as you say, England probably going to play territory and kick, and hope to put scoreboard pressure on South Africa, and then sort of get to the point where they've been in both the other games, where they're competing in the final 10 minutes and they're neck and neck, and hopefully nick it. So that's what I think that they're going to do. That's what it reads to me in their team selection. But it's going to be a battle, and I'm looking forward to it. I still think that we have the manpower that outweighs their manpower. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great game. You're going to have a great time. Nonetheless, anyone watching is going to have a great time. It should be a fantastic game all round.
Okay, pick a winner.
South Africa, without a doubt. The Bokke they're not going to smash them, I don't think. But I reckon Bokke by 10.
Does England have any chance of winning?
Of course.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
I've said this before. In all of these games, it's like a cup final, because it's a one-off. As you said, they'd be hurting from losing to the Kiwis and to the Aussies. They want to right those wrongs. They were in contention both times, and they could have taken the W, but they'll be smarting because of it. And that then, beware the wounded buffalo is what we would say. In that they are hurting, and so they're going to be coming for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with you. I think we're going to have too much firepower for England. Again, they'll be competitive. I think it's going to be a lot. One of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to completely cave on the day, and we're going to smash them by 20, and that'll be the end of Steve Borthwick, or it's going to be another really, really, really close one that comes down to a kick or a try or something very close at the end. I'm going Boks by 2 or 3 points.
Okay. Interesting. It'll be a good game nonetheless, and it bleeds into another great game. France hosting New Zealand, and obviously France have been the banana peel for New Zealand on many of their previous outings and in World Cups especially. And they're playing some decent rugby. France are. New Zealand are playing good rugby, but not at their best. And so if they both pitch up tomorrow, again, another battle royale.
It's going to be a fantastic game. New Zealand-France is always one of those games that you want to watch, right?
Yeah.
It's always entertaining. The intensity is high. We spoke a lot about some of the French players that look like in good nick. Guys like Movaka, we know is really up for these types of games. It's going to be it's actually a very tough one to call, because I am of the opinion that the Springboks permanently scarred France after that quarterfinal last year. They haven't been firing on all cylinders. They haven't been as good as they were in 2022 and 2023. They lost, I think, 2 or 3 games in the Six Nations. Yes, they beat Japan, but that was a bit of a nothing game. We don't really have a lot to go on with France. With New Zealand, you could see them building.
Sure.
They lost narrowly to us in the Rugby Champs. Then they beat Australia twice. Then they beat Japan, they beat England, they beat Ireland, and they're just continuously going to build. So I'm actually picking the All Blacks to beat France in France this weekend.
Okay.
It's going to be 5 points.
Okay. Fair call. I think I could see that happening. And by rights, I think New Zealand should be the favourites coming into the game, because they've got that win momentum behind them. But France, at home, after some wins of their own, if they play the way that France can play at their best, then both teams need to, I think, play at their best in order to beat the other. I'm picking France.
Okay, you're picking France. I'm picking New Zealand. 50-50 split
we are
again.
very divided this week.
That's okay. That makes for some good banter, and then someone will sit with egg on their face. We'll see. Okay, moving on to Sunday's game. First game on Sunday is Georgia versus Italy. We don't really talk about these teams all that often. Italy, they were less than impressive against Argentina, lost really badly at home, and I thought they were going to be up for it because they've been good in the Six Nations. Georgia is one of those teams that on the day, they've beaten Wales at Cardiff, they've run Australia close before. They're a very competitive side. And I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia pulls out a famous victory against
I'm
Italy.
hoping for it. Good luck to them. So Portugal will be where Georgia is in a few years from now, because Georgia was the Portugal of a few years ago, where they were just being sort of introduced to play, at this level, and they've just gone from strength to strength. They got big forwards, like really strong buggers. They have had a few sort of wins that they've nicked, which has given them confidence. And if they can come into the game looking to take a scalp into nick it, I think it'll be a huge day for them. So they've got a lot to play for, but they need to pitch up.
Yeah. So this is my big call for the weekend. I am picking Georgia.
Okay.
Again, it's going to be close. I'll say Georgia by 1.
Okay. And I'm going to go Italy, but within 10.
We're divided again. I love it. Last game of the weekend is Wales-Australia. Again,
Tough.
I mean, tough one to call because 2 weeks ago you would have said, it's very close. Then suddenly Wales loses to Fiji. Australia beats England. That changes the narrative of the game. Can we see Wales beating the Aussies?
I think we've said consistency is the key, right? To all of these teams that have proven us wrong through, this autumn international series, where they haven't been, on good form, and then have pulled out a win like the Aussies did last week. And if they can replicate that again and show some consistency, well, then they'll be hard to beat. I think, they'll have a lot of confidence in the way that they played. They'll want to take that to the next level and manufacture some positivity out of it. So I don't see, and Wales are just struggling at the moment, and I don't see where they are pulling their inspiration from.
No.
Other than the fact that they've lost and they need a win, to get the crowd back on their side and to get the administration back on their side. And they need a win, but I don't see where it's going to come from. So I'm picking Aussie.
Yeah, no, so am I. I'm going Australia all the way. Yeah. Our guy, our new favourite player, Joseph Suaalii, he's on the bench, I think, this weekend, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets some game time. I agree with you. I think it's a sad end, but we're slowly but surely seeing the end of Warren Gatland and his tenure. I don't think he's going to survive this. If they lose all their games in a calendar year, it'll be the first time in over 90 years that that's happened. They've never been as poor as they are in 2024. So I just cannot see a scenario where they pick themselves up for this game. I think they're just trying to get through the calendar year and then hopefully rebuild for the Six Nations. So Australia to win it.
Mate, really sorry to see, because again they've had some amazing moments under Warren Gatland. They've won the Six Nations. They've had a lot of consistency with winning, but it just seems to have faded away. And again, like I said, where they're going to get the inspiration to get the win from this time round, I don't know. You'll have to dig deep, but dig deep to what? That's the thing that I'm concerned for them about. Whereas Australia, they've just proved a whole lot of their doubters wrong. They've got a really good coach in Joe Schmidt, and he would be firing a lot of energy and belief into them this week after that win. And so I don't see Australia getting beaten.
Yeah.
But again, consistency is the key, so they might. Who knows? Who knows?
And stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, yeah.
Cool. Those are our picks for the weekend. We're super excited. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this content, please give us a like and a subscribe. Share it with your mates. Go and look us up on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
All the
everywhere.
socials.
We're
All
everywhere.
the socials.
So yeah, let's go with a booker.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun tomorrow at Twickers.
I'll go represent, buddy. Don't worry. I'll be there.
I'll be crying in my beer, but I'll be watching TV nice and warm. So cheers to all those
them boys. Cheers.
Good luck, Boca.
This is wise brand.
Sure, mooi.
Oh, so lekker.